Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventure with Shubham, your one-stop destination for exam success. If you are preparing for your ICSE Class 10 History and Civics exam, this video will be your ultimate revision guide. I'll take you through a complete overview of the key topics, summaries, and historical timelines, helping you score high in your exams. So grab your notebooks and let's get started. The Union Legislature Parliament. India follows a federal system with a parliamentary democracy. Lok Sabha 552 members elected for 5 years. Rajya Sabha Permanent House 1. Parliaments pass legislative, financial, executive control, judicial, and electoral. The Union Executive, President, Head of State, elected for 5 years, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, then Vice President presides over Rajya Sabha, then Prime Minister, Head of the Government, Leader of the Council of Ministers. The Judiciary, Supreme Court, highest court, handles constitutional cases, power of judicial review. High courts and subordinate courts handle appeals and protect fundamental rights. Fundamental rights and duties. Fundamental rights, right to equality, freedom, protection, liaison, education, and constitutional remedies. Fundamental duties, follow the Constitution, respect national symbols, uphold unity. History. The First War of Independence, 1857, causes political, economic, military, and social. Key leaders Mangal Pandey, Rani Lakshmibai, and Bahadur Shah Zafar. Impact. End of Mughal rule. British Crown takes control. Then, in history, growth of nationalism. Formation of Indian National Congress in 1885 by A.O. Hume. Then, partition of Bengal 1905 led to the Swadeshi movements and boycotts. The Non-Cooperation Movement 1920 to 22, launched by Mahatma Gandhi after Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1909. Movement was called off after Chauri Chaura incident. First and second phases of the Indian national movement. The Indian national movement can be divided into different phases based on its changing nature and leadership. The first phase 1885 to 1905 and the second phase 1905 to 1919 were crucial in shaping India's struggle for independence. First phase, that is 1885 to 1905, that is moderate phase, led by moderate leaders like Dadabhai Naoroji, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, and Firoz Shah Mehta, focused on constitutional methods such as petitions, resolutions, and meetings, demanded Indian representation in administration, civil service reforms, and reduction of military expenditure. Achievement. Exposed British economic exploitation, drain of wealth theory by Dadabhai Naoroji, pressured the British for reforms like the Indian Councils Act of 1892, spread awareness of nationalism among Indians. Limitations. The British largely ignored their demands, lack of mass participation. Younger leaders criticized the moderates for being too soft on the British. Second phase, that is 1905 to 1919, extremist phase. Leaders Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, combinedly they called Lal Bal Pal. Main events: Partition of Bengal 1905 led to massive protests and the Swadeshi and boycott movement. Extremist methods: mass protests, strikes, and refusal to cooperate with the British. Slogan: Swaraj, self rule is my birthright and I shall have it. Given by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Then, formation of the Muslim League 1906, aimed at protecting Muslim interests. Then, Model Monetary Reforms 1909, introduced separate electorates for Muslims, creating communal divisions. Impact: inspired a strong nationalistic spirit, prepared India for more assertive movements in the 20th century. Then Civil Disobedience Movement 1930 started with Dandi March, Salt Satyagraha by Gandhi. Mass protests, boycotts, and refusal to pay taxes. British responded with arrests and repression. Quit India Movement 1942, launched by Gandhi with the slogan Do or Die. Mass protests and strikes across India. Leaders like Gandhi, Nehru, Patel were jailed. Independence and Partition 1947, Mountbatten Plan led to the partition of India and Pakistan. India gained independence on 15th August 1947. Massive migration and violence followed. Timeline of major historical events: 1857, First War of Independence; 1885, formation of INC; 1905, partition of Bengal; 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre; 1920, Non-Cooperation Movement; 1930, Civil Disobedience Movement; 1942, Quit India Movement; and 1947, Independence and Partition. Constitution of India, adopted on 26th November 1949, came into effect on 26th January 1950. Drafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of the Constitution. Now, features of Indian Constitution: federal system with unitary features, fundamental rights and duties, directive principles of state policy, role of Gandhi in freedom struggle, led non-cooperation, civil disobedience and Quit India movements, advocated satyagraha, non-violent resistance, worked for Hindu-Muslim unity and against untouchability. Role of Subhash Chandra Bose, founded the Indian National Army (INA) to fight against British rule. Gave the slogan "Give me blood and I'll give you freedom." Formed the Azad Hind government in exile. Post-independence challenges: refugee crisis due to partition, integration of princely states, and the framing of the Indian Constitution. World history: First World War started in 1914 due to political tensions. Treaty of Versailles 1919 ended the war. Led to economic crisis and rise of dictatorships. World history: rise of dictatorships. Adolf Hitler, Germany, and Benito Mussolini, Italy, rose to power. Fascism and Nazism promoted aggressive nationalism. Second World War started in 1939, ended in 1945. Axis powers: Germany, Italy, Japan versus Allied power: USA, UK, USSR, China, and France led to the formation of the United Nations. Formation of United Nations, established in 1945 to prevent future wars. Key agencies: WHO, UNESCO, UNICEF, Security Council, promotes global peace and cooperation. General Assembly, compositions and functions. Composition consists of all member states, each having one vote. Meets annually with special sessions as needed. Functions discusses and makes recommendations on international issues. Approves the UN budget. Elects non-permanent members of the Security Council and other UN bodies. Appoints the Secretary General on the recommendation of the Security Council. Now, Security Council composition and functions. Composition: 15 members, 5 permanent: USA, UK, France, Russia, and China, and 10 non-permanent, elected for 2-year terms. Permanent members have veto power. Functions: maintains international peace and security, investigates disputes and recommends solutions, can impose economic sanctions or authorize military action, recommends the appointment of the Secretary General. International Court of Justice ICJ. Composition and functions. Composition: 15 judges elected for 9-year terms by the General Assembly and Security Council, located in The Hague, Netherlands. Function: settles legal disputes between member states, gives advisory opinions to the UN and its agencies, ensures the international treaties and agreements are upheld. Major UN agencies and their functions. UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, provides humanitarian aid to children worldwide, focuses on health, nutrition, education, and child protection. Then WHO, World Health Organization, works to improve global health, leads international responses to diseases and pandemics, promotes vaccinations and healthcare programs. Then UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, promotes global education, science, and culture, preserves cultural heritage and world heritage sites, encourages scientific research and knowledge sharing. Non-aligned movement, founded by India, Egypt, Yugoslavia, policy of staying out of Cold War conflicts, aimed at protecting sovereignty and economic development. And that concludes our complete revision of ICSE Class 10 History and Civics. I hope this video helped you understand key topics quickly and effectively.